guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Fran, I'm from Venezuela, and today we are going to be reacting to a video called 100 Facts about the UK. So super excited. It seems like a lot of facts, so it looks like we're going to be learning a lot about the UK. So I'm excited. Let's get to it, and comment, like, subscribe, and start.
Good evening, afternoon, morning, or any other time to you loyal motherfactors, and welcome to this rather British version of 101
Very
Facts.
British.
I'm your designated subject, Sam, and today I'm here to talk about the country of James
Hello,
Bond,
Sam.
Sherlock Holmes, Doctor Who.
Yes, Doctor Who.
Yes, thank you, Hugh. I'm here to talk about the United
I love the
Kingdom.
cultural contributions.
But how much tea do we drink as a nation every day? How many times do we have
guessing a lot.
sex in our lifetimes? Do we have sex with the tea?
Hopefully not.
So those questions are going to be answered. So kneel before Her Majesty the Queen and prepare to receive a
Do you have to kneel?
knighthood from the facting empire while eating a crumpet and mainlining swan blood.
What are
Lovely
crumpets?
stuff. This is 101 facts about the United Kingdom. Number 1.
Beer.
In case you thought this was a video about me calling a knight named Ed Kingdom, it ain't. The United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland is a sovereign country consisting of England, Wales, Scotland, and, guess who?
Northern Ireland.
Number 2. The Union Jack is a Marvel character, but also a flag. Rather cleverly, it's the flags of England, Scotland, and Ireland's St. Patrick's Saltire flag all merged together.
Oh!
Sorry, Wales, there was no room for a dragon in there.
Yeah.
Number 3.
There's no Wales.
The cross is widely known as the flag for England. It is a red cross atop a white flag and came into use in the late 18th
England,
century.
yes. It's just
Sorry,
England.
I'm not sure why I'm doing that dusty old librarian voice, but I can't seem to help it. Number 4. St Andrew's Cross is the flag of Scotland.
Oh, okay.
Stop doing that voice. According to legend,
Is it a cross?
it's a cross because of a battle between the Scots and the Angles. Nope, not those kind of Angles, although that is a cute one.
That was a dumb
During this
joke.
battle, the clouds in the sky apparently formed into an X, thus marking the flag. Number 5.
Oh, yes.
This is
It's a
Wales's
cloud in the
flag,
sky.
which is a lot better than the others.
It looks
mainly
very
due to the
cool.
fact It has a dragon.
It's a dragon, yes.
Why? Welly well, my sugar plum fairy. It was the symbol of the King of Gwynedd, named King Cadwallader. Number 6.
That's it.
Northern Ireland doesn't have its own flag. Sorry.
They
Northern
don't?
Ireland. Number 7.
Oh my god, no explanation
England and
why?
Wales were united in 1536 like ex-lovers. Then Scotland joined in 1707 like a swingers party that created Great Britain.
Oh no,
renamed the United
not
Kingdom
this
in 1901
analogy.
when Ireland was added too. Number 8. As of 2013, the population of the UK is 64.1 million.
That's so many people.
England has 53 of those millions.
A
Scotland
lot.
has 5.3 million.
Very small.
Wales 3 million. And Northern
Even
Ireland
smaller.
1.8
Oh,
million.
tiny
Number 9.
nation.
The UK is close to 95,000 square miles.
That's a lot.
Number 10. The UK's longest coastline is around 5,000 miles.
I don't know how much is
The
that.
Proclaimers will walk for you. That's nice. Number 11. Our highest mountain is Ben Nevis because we like naming things Ben in the UK.
And where is
Bunny
it?
can be found in Scotland and
Oh,
just over
Scotland.
1,340 metres high.
I wonder if he will
Number
climb it.
12. We have, and this is an actual measurement, a ton of history in the UK, dating all the way back to 6,500 BC. All
That's
over the UK, you'll
way
find
too long.
monuments marking its history, from Stonehenge to Buckingham Palace.
It's so
Number
old.
13. Perhaps because of this, and because its residents are kooky folk like me, in 2010, 29.6
Kooky
million
residents.
people visited Britain, spending an average
Very
of
touristy place.
£563 per person and stayed
Oh.
7 days on average.
That seems like
Number
a small
14.
amount of time.
We
for
also can't
visiting.
move for bloody castles. There's actually 600 to 700 all across the country, and no, alas, I don't live in one.
I'd love to visit all of them.
We also have plenty of places of enlightenment and worship. Hubs. Why? Why is that bad? What do you think I meant? By the end of 2015,
Yes, it
there
actually
were
is a
around
place of worship.
52,750 of them. I bet at least 50,000 of them were named the Red Lion or something.
Is that a
Number
joke?
16.
All of them are called like that.
According to the Daily Mail, which is something you shouldn't read, by the way, there are 518 pubs in the UK with the name Red Lion.
Oh, okay, why?
You can keep your Red Lion, mate.
Oh.
You know which pub.
Because it's Wales. Now it just dawned on me. Of course, because the Red Lion is the Wales flag. So everything's named the Red Lion. I think. Oh no, because that was a dragon. So it isn't even wait, it isn't even a dragon, it's a lion. So why? Why is it a lion? I want to know.
I'll go to wait for things to blow over.
Go to the Winchester, have a nice cold pint, and wait for all this to blow over.
Winchester for life. Number 17.
Okay, I'm guessing it's from there.
There are stranger pup names out there, including the Bunch of Carrots in Hereford, the Quiet Woman in Buxton,
I like
and
that
My
name.
Father's Moustache in Lincolnshire.
Also very, very whimsical name.
English is the official language spoken throughout the UK, clues in the name. But there are other official languages too, such as
Irish?
Welsh, Scots, ordering a kebab while drunk, and Gaelic.
Oh,
Alright,
Gaelic.
who's laughing at Gaelic? Own up. Number 19. Contrary to what some believe, we're not exactly led by the Queen anymore. The United Kingdom
yeah,
is
of course, they have a prime
parliamentary
minister.
democracy, which means the government is elected by the people. Number 20. There's a general election once every 5 years to find out who our next PM
Oh,
is.
5 years.
Like a very long, tedious, and very boring talent show. The Prime Minister, or the PM as I just said just then, leads the government with the support of the Cabinet, not a literal cabinet, as well as ministers and members of Parliament.
Yeah, like the
Number
parliament.
21. The UK has had 76 Prime Ministers, including the great Winston Churchill.
That's so many.
Others. Number 22. The first female Prime Minister was Margaret Thatcher, who seemingly had a hoot. So much so, she ran from 1979 to 1990 and is the longest-serving Prime Minister for over 150 years.
Yeah, but
Number 23.
Longer?
The United Kingdom joined the European Union in 1979, but, not anymore. Well, not
Yes.
anyway, since we're
Well, no,
apparently
not anymore.
Brexiting the F out of there due to a referendum in June 2016 because reasons.
Oh, it's been like so long.
Number 24. In fact, Collins Dictionary made Brexit, which sounds like a breakfast cereal specifically designed for people with diarrhea, but is actually an admittedly terrible fusion
No.
of Britain and exit, their word of the year in 2016. Number 25. Her Majesty the Queen of England II is the head of state in the United Kingdom. As a constitutional monarchy, Her Majesty does not rule the country as
Yes,
such.
it's
but the royal
symbolic.
family fulfills important ceremonial and formal roles, like celebrating lots of birthdays and showing off their children and corgis.
Oh, the
Love you though, you
corgis.
Madge. Number 26.
Yeah, he wasn't the
Along
queen.
with our Queen Lizzie, there's a whole family of royals.
Of course, it's a huge family.
You Lord. Right at the top of the family tree is the arrogantly named Alfred the Great, who defended his kingdom against the Vikings.
The Vikings, oh my
Number
god.
27.
Sold.
Windsor Castle, where the Queen spends most of her time, is the largest royal home in the world.
That's
It's
crazy.
also the oldest continually inhabited royal residence in Britain, don't you know?
That's an
Having
insane-
been built
insane
by William the
statistic.
Conqueror around 1080 AD.
So, how is it still standing?
Nowhere in the UK is more than 75 miles away from the sea, which is quite
Oh.
lucky, really, given that we do like
It's
to
an
be
island.
beside the seaside. Oh, we do. Like
And it's an island, more importantly. You're an island.
Actually,
Of course, you're going to be
I don't
surrounded by
like
sea.
sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating.
Who likes it? Yeah, nobody likes sand.
Number 29. London is the capital of England and the UK, by the way, just in case you weren't aware. Hey, it's a fact, can't sue me.
Yes, I was aware.
Number 30. Just in case you visit and need to know the laws, you need to be 18 to drink alcohol and you're not allowed any drugs at all. Not even marijuana. Soz chaps, but
Oh,
hey,
yeah, it's
have a cup
illegal.
of tea instead. Number 31. Rather stereotypically, speaking of tea,
They drink a lot
every
of
day
tea?
Us British drink 165 million cups of tea.
That's so much
which is
tea.
over 20 times more than the average American. I think I'm responsible for at least an 18th of that.
I can't believe they spend their whole day lives drinking
Number
tea.
32. When you think of British food, you probably think of this. Or this.
Oh, fish and chips.
Well, what about this?
No
You
idea what
should,
are
because
those.
The United Kingdom recently named chicken tikka masala as a national dish, which
Isn't
is
that
a spicy
Indian?
curry created in Britain and is actually unheard of in India itself.
Oh,
Number 30.
interesting. Sounds
Speaking
Indian.
of fish, and indeed chips, the first fish and chips restaurant was opened in 1860 in London by a Jewish immigrant named Joseph Malin.
That's so
thank
long
you,
ago.
Joseph, for giving me that sweet, sweet newspaper-wrapped, batter-drenched tart attack. I owe you one. Number 34.
It looks like that. It's a little
Speaking
dry.
of
One
heart
sauce
attack, a
on top
popular
of
national
it.
food of Scotland is haggis. Sheep heart, liver, and mince encased in a stomach. Mmm. You want some haggis, Americans?
No.
Do you want some haggis?
No,
Number
not
35?
really.
Well, that's too bad, because it's illegal to import haggis from the UK into
Illegal?
the US, as the American government has declared that sheep lungs are unfit for human consumption. I mean,
Oh!
how dare they?
Wait,
Have they tried
isn't
American chocolate? It tastes like disappointment in a bar.
It is, yes, that's true. It's awful.
The Christmas tree in Trafalgar Square is presented every year by the people of Oslo in gratitude for London's assistance during World War II.
Oh.
Number 37. James Bond, or Secretive Jimmy as I call him down the pub, is one of Britain's
No one
national
calls him that.
heroes. And one of the first people I did 101 facts about, don't you know? His code name, 007, was inspired by the author Ian Fleming's bus route from Canterbury to London. Not
Oh,
only do you know that now, but you also know the bus route to get from Canterbury
that's so
to London.
cool. It's the over. Yes, now I know.
Number
Thank you.
38. The London Underground subway, or the Tube, is one of the oldest subways
The
in the
tube,
world.
yes, that's how they call
The
it.
409 escalators and tube stations cover the distance every week, which is approximately equivalent to several trips around the world. So you probably can't ride them all in a day, I'm afraid.
Yes.
Try to quash that dream.
Who
Number
has that
39.
dream? No one said no one
Despite
ever.
being named as such, more than half of the London Underground is, in fact, above, not under,
Oh.
ground.
Really?
Number
Wow,
40.
that's weird.
The longest escalator in a tube station, incidentally, is at the station Angel, and is the fourth longest escalator
Angel
in the world.
Station. Never heard of
I
that.
should know, I used to ride the bloody thing all the time, but then I realised that skiing down it is far better, like this guy does.
Oh my god, don't do that. That seems unsafe.
A new breed of mosquito was found in the tube tunnels in 1998.
Wow.
Scientists believe it mutated from a species that came to the London Underground when it was built in the last century, and has since
Really?
evolved into a separate species.
That's crazy. It's an insane thing.
Of life. Oh hey, London, by the way, hosted the 2012 Olympics in 2012.
In 2012.
This was the
Yes.
third time they did so, the first in 1908 and the second in 1948. Number
It took
43.
them like 50 years. More
Wales
than
is
50
actually
years.
home to a town called... Oh, bloody hell, really? Do you expect me to read that? Okay, let's give
No,
this a go.
that doesn't seem real. Because it's not pronounced like that. Probably.
Queen...
Liam Veerpool Goldfield Gill Go.
Oh, screw it.
No.
Naomi Watts, help me out here. Thank you. This
Oh my
translates
God.
to St Mary's Church in the hollow of the White Hazel near a rapid whirlpool at the Church of St Tisilo
That's
near the cave.
even in English. That's an insane
Just a
name.
snappy.
No, yes, that's an insane name
Number
to have
5.
for a town.
There's only a 21-mile gap between England and France, and the
It's
countries
so
are
small.
connected by the Channel Tunnel, which opened in 1994. It's the world's second longest underground tunnel, and no, you can't see fishes out the window like I thought you could. I know.
Yeah, because it's
I was
underground.
Just as disappointed as you.
It's not like a
Number 45.
submarine.
John
What?
and Mary, no, not those two, that was so last month, have been revealed as the most popular male and female names of the last 500 years in the UK. I'm sure Sherlock...
I have to say, like that, those names, obviously, like they're very like playing names. Like when I think of like I don't know, tell me like a man's name and a woman's name. It's like Mary and John. But I have to say, I think I would guess it's all over the world. Like if you translate John and Mary to whatever language, it's probably like those names are the ones that are like the most common because it's like the most traditional, plainest. Like imagine a woman's name. A generic woman's name, and it's like Mary or whatever it is in another language. But I guess it's like it's all over the world, not just England.
has joined them now,
Or
along
Britain-
with
Britain.
Twerk and Brexit probably. Hashtag satire. Number 46. A new study shows that Smith, Jones and Williams have been the most common surnames for nearly 180 years.
Okay,
So there's
that's
going to be plenty
way,
of Twerk Joneses out there soon.
that's
Wow,
like a hundred more. That's way too long.
Jones, son.
Like over several
Number
centuries.
47. Speaking of twerking, kind of. According to The Sun, most Brits will have
does that have to
rom-com
do?
love time.
Oh,
A
okay.
total of 4,239 times in their lives.
I don't know if
Just
that's
one more time for me and I've beaten the average.
Yes, how was the average? Like weekly.
Just kidding, it's around 4,239 more times and a half. Number 48. When the UK was asked what our favourite steamy position for sexy time is, we answered near unanimously, with 31% of us saying, I don't have a favourite. Wow, we are a decisive bunch, us lot.
Oh,
Number
that's a
49.
great answer.
We bloody love fish and chips and Yorkshire puddings and gravy and crumpets over here. The stereotype
What are
is
crumpets?
true, which is probably the reason why England has the highest rate of obesity in Europe.
Oh,
That said, we do spend a lot of calories queuing up for stuff. Wow, I'm being really racist
Really?
to myself here.
Oh.
Number 50! The United
Racist to
Kingdom has
himself.
brought some of the world's greatest musical artists ever, including the Beatles, Robbie Williams, the Rolling Stones, Queen, Black Sabbath, Robbie Williams, David Bowie, The Who, Oasis, Iron Maiden, Robbie Williams, and of course the Spice Girls.
Robbie Williams twice?
You're welcome, rest of the world.
Yes, thank you.
Number 51. In fact, the Beatles are the highest selling and most successful musical artist of all time, and they came straight out of the UK, Liverpool to be precise.
Liverpool.
Number 52. TV and soaps are also a big dealio. The most
Soap?
watched TV episode of all time in the UK was of a soap set in London called
Soap
EastEnders.
opera.
Specifically an episode in 1986 on Christmas Day, which pulled in 30 million viewers.
That's like even more than half of the population.
We also love our comedy over here, given that we invented the concept. Come at me, bro. And have produced
what?
many funny shows.
Invented
and
the concept of
sitcoms,
comedy?
this not included. A YouGov poll found that the sitcom considered the funniest and most popular is Only Fools and Horses.
Never heard of that.
Number 54. In 2014, 10,908 umbrellas were lost on the London Underground, as well as 20,000
Oh,
mobile
no.
phones. So
Oh.
if you need to get dry and get a new phone, hop on the tube. You never know what you might find.
No, but people, I guess, like return it. Everybody loves the
Human skull
umbrella.
and prosthetic legs have also been found in London without their owner. Oh, Bethnal Green, that's where I left my human skull.
The
I
human
ruined that performance of
skull?
Hamlet using a basketball instead.
That
Number
seems like a
56.
crime. On soul
It was
crime.
just above a pub named the Red Lion on Great Windmill Street in London that Karl Marx made his marks by drafting the Communist Manifesto.
Marx.
It's now a Be at One cocktail bar, which is, I'm sure what he would have wanted.
Yes, like,
Number
no,
57.
not that.
Football, or soccer ball, as it's known, is a massive part of UK culture. In fact, it's such a phenomenon that some YouTube channels do videos about football daily. You're welcome, guys. There's your shout out.
Everyone has their own league. Of course, it's like everything's. They have
Number
games like
58.
every single day.
We love football so much, as a nation, not Clive and I individually, we're more into bowling, that there are over 5,300 clubs, 7,000 teams, and over 100 stadiums across the UK.
That's so many teams. Every
Number
town has its
59.
own team.
But not everyone likes football. Many kings, such as Edward II, III, and IV, and Richard II, wanted to
Okay.
actually ban the beautiful game completely.
Ban? Why?
Number 60. Even Shakespeare apparently disapproved of football, specifically mentioning it with disdain in his play A
Wait, like it just dawned on me that those are like very old kings. So like, and Shakespeare. So how old is football and soccer? Like, it's been going on for like way longer than I thought.
Comedy of errors. Your defense is terrified. Shakespeare's on fire. Number 61. Speaking of willies, sausages. That was the most immature thing I think I've ever done. Sausages are very popular here in the UK. They were introduced by
Yes.
the Romans around AD 400.
They
and are
had
now
sausages back
470
then?
recipes
Oh
for
my god,
British
that's so
days.
many.
Number 62. Our smallest city is St David's in Pembrokeshire with a population of 1,797.
It's a tiny
in
town.
my mind, it's exactly like Hot Fuzz over there.
Was that a swan?
The highest temperature ever recorded in England was 38.5 Celsius.
Oh, that's-
101.3 Fahrenheit.
That's actually quite-
Hey, 101.
it's not that hot.
2003. Every single man in the UK probably took their top off and got immensely sunburnt because that, after all, is the British way.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like too
Number
hot.
64. However, the UK's weather is renowned for raining all the pissing time, and
Yes.
that can be true. In fact, the Met Office found that in Snowdonia, the Lake District, and the Scottish
Snowdonia.
Highlands, they receive more than 4 metres of rainfall in a year. 4 metres!
That seems like a lot.
Number 65. Le Français was actually the official language of England for around 300 years. From
Really?
1066 till about 1362.
Wow.
Sounds like I was there. Or I wasn't actually. I'm not that old, although sometimes I do feel it. Number 66. If you think we're all stuffy and boring over here, well, let
No,
me tell
nobody
you
thinks
we're bloody
that.
not. In
Yes,
fact, the
nobody
world's
thinks
second
that.
largest second-hand book market can be found in Hay-on-Wye, a small village at the border of England and Wales. So yeah, I think we know how to party, thank you very much. Number 67. The village is also famous for proclaiming itself independent from the UK in 1977, with a man named Richard Booth proclaiming himself the king.
And how-
I have of this VO booth. Bow, loyal subject. Not you, Clive. You're too close.
Yes, because like
Number
I proclaim
68.
myself queen. Okay,
the UK,
sure.
or rather Britain, used to put a flag down and claim, basically own/take over/ destroy, many of today's independent countries to add to the vast British Empire. It wasn't pretty. Sorry about that. How bad? Number 6.
Yeah, let's move on.
During World War II, decolonisation took place, and the British Commonwealth was formed, which unified these countries into an intergovernmental group. 54 nations were a part of the Commonwealth, with Queen Lizzie at its head. Number 17.
The sun.
We here in the UK love news. News, sorry.
Oh, news.
The average person in the UK gets through around 38 kilograms of newspapers every year.
That seems wasteful.
Number
That seems like
75.
a lot of paper.
People from the city of Liverpool, such as the Beatles, are often known as Scousers. The name is short for
Scousers.
lobscouse, which was a Scandinavian stew eaten by the sailors who visited the port.
Oh.
So yes, Liverpudlians, you're named after food. The more you know.
Actually, that food looks like
Number
I would
72.
want to try that. Actually, pickle snack.
This is Big Ben, isn't it? Wrong. This is Big Ben, the bell inside, not the.
Oh,
actual
no,
clock.
it's
The clock tower
clock.
itself is
Okay.
called Elizabeth Tower. Okay, there.
Oh.
Scored you there, didn't I? So, I don't know why I'm so aggressive. Sorry.
This is like a great trivia
Number
question.
73. East Peckham in Kent has a unique
What?
claim to fame. It's the place where the first
What
ever
is-
speeding ticket was issued in January of 1896. A man
Speeding
named
ticket,
Walter Arnold was spotted
1896.
doing 8 miles per hour in a 2 miles per hour zone.
Oh
No
my
go
God.
speed racer, but was
Yeah.
easily apprehended by a
So-
policeman
so
riding a
fast.
bicycle. Number 74.
You're riding a
We had the
bicycle.
pound sterling, we had other monies that sound like the stuff you find in Gringotts. We had farthings, shillings, and pennies. 4 farthings equaled a penny, 12 pence equaled 1 shilling, and 20 shillings equaled a pound.
I am not gonna even try to do the math.
Remember that.
Okay, keep it in mind.
Birmingham is the second largest city in the UK. Chances are you've probably been to a Birmingham, as there are 30 other places called Birmingham around the world.
Very common
and
name.
off it. There's even a crater on the moon with the same name, although you probably haven't been there, and if you say you do, I frankly don't believe you.
That's insane. A
Number
moon
76.
crater.
If you're visiting Norfolk, watch out for jaspers, also
What?
known as wasps.
Jaspers?
And try not to step
Oh,
on any
wasps.
Dogmans, also known as snails. The more rural parts of the county have their own words for many things,
Oh.
including ladybirds, known as bishy barney bees, and money, known as cuter. I wonder if they have
Cuter?
a word for the pedestrianisation of Norwich city centre.
Was it like a
Scum.
slang?
Human scum.
I wouldn't
Number
even
77.
understand.
According to British law, it's still perfectly legal to kill any Scotsman who enters the city of York if he happens to be carrying a bow and arrow. So, yeah, watch out for that, Yorkish, Scottish archers.
No way that's real. No, I think that
76.
seems illegal.
Killing a swan is a lawful offence in the UK, even if the swan started it by
swan.
insulting a wife, or perhaps saying your pants look a bit too tight. This is because swans legally all belong to the crown, and therefore are property of the Queen. So killing or
What?
injuring a swan carries a penalty of £5,000, or 6 months in jail.
Oh my god.
Number 79. In St George's Churchyard in Gravesend, there's a life-size statue of Princess Pocahontas, the daughter of a Native American chieftain.
She
who was
married
buried
a
in the
British
grounds.
man.
She was visiting the
Yeah.
area with her English husband, but died of fever. Probably not Saturday night fever, but, you know, the lethal one, in 1617.
Yeah, she died. It was lethal.
Right.
Lethal.
Unlike places like, say, Australia, our wildlife is very unlikely to kill you unless you're on the Hogwarts grounds or any high street after 9 p.m. on a Saturday. Our wildlife includes foxes, badgers,
Oh,
owls, squirrels,
foxes.
ducks, robins, and hedgehogs. No
And
killer spiders
swans.
here. Yet.
Yeah.
Number 81.
Until something
That being
mutates.
said, though, we do have a native venomous snake in the UK called the adder, but it's pretty meek and will only bite as a last resort. Nobody has died
that's
from
all
it
snakes.
in over 20 years.
Oh, okay. That's
Number 82.
relieving.
Eating a mince pie on Christmas Day was set to be illegal in England thanks to Oliver Cromwell. The law was put in
Illegal?
place in an effort to stop gluttony. However, the ban was abolished when Charles II became king, so never came into
Whatever.
practice.
He was like, whatever, do whatever you want. Do
Number
whatever you
83.
want.
The national anthem,
Oh,
you Radiohead, the other one, God Save the Queen, or King, was first performed publicly in 1745 at London's Theatre Royal in Drury Lane.
I thought it was older,
Ben Johnson's play
for some
The
reason.
Alchemist. There you go, that'll help you out in a pub quiz.
okay.
Number 84. These 3 golden lions are the symbols of England's crest, and also appear on
Oh.
England's football team's symbol too.
Okay, that's why the lion thing. I get it now.
The lions come from Henry I, known as the Lion of England.
Ah, okay.
Number 85. This random assembly of stones is known as
Random
Stonehenge.
assembly.
Yes, thank you, Doctor. Stonehenge stands on Salisbury Plain in Wiltshire and is a very popular tourist spot to this day, but nobody knows why it was built. or
Yeah,
even
it's
how.
weird.
Number 86. What we do know, though, apart from that the Pandorica is very nearby, is that it was built around 3000 BC, and construction
That's
was spread
old.
over
I
many
can't even
hundreds of
imagine.
years. The last changes were made in the early Bronze Age in around 1500 BC. Number 87. The British Library in London is the largest library in the world.
Oh.
It has more than 170 million items catalogued. And hopefully soon in the future, my autobiography, Love is the Oldest Law, writes.
Oh my god, I would love to
Gem Store.
visit that.
Number 88. United Kingdom is one of the only countries in the world without a written constitution. Of course, we still have laws and stuff.
Yes,
It's not
wait,
quite
how do they
anarchy in
live
the
then?
UK. Sorry, Sex Pistols. But nobody's actually bothered to write the laws down.
So how do they
Number
know?
89.
Oh my god, that's so
England's first telephone
weird.
directory was published in 1880 and only had 248 names and addresses in it.
Wow.
Number 90.
Nobody lived there.
In its past, London has had some far flashier names, including Londinium, Ludenwick, and Ludenberg.
None of them
Number
fits them.
91.
It's London.
The UK is also the home of the wonderful NHS, or National Health Service.
Service,
This
yes.
provides free healthcare for all citizens of the country due to being paid for through taxes. Which is nice because if you trip over a hedgehog and scuff your knee, it won't cost you anything. Result.
Well, you're paid
Number
with taxes, but I get it. It's free.
There are 1.4 million employees within the health service, helping out those who are falling
Oh.
over hedgehogs everywhere.
That
They're
seems
all amazing.
like
Thanks,
a small
guys.
amount.
You're the
I don't
best.
know.
Also, government, pay them more.
Oh,
Number
obviously,
93.
yes. Pay people
It's
more.
not just hedgehogs, though, that the NHS have to deal with. On average, 488 people are injured by zips, and 3,078 people are injured by slippers every year in the UK. They are dangerous, though. Look at them.
Oh my god, that's
Number
crazy.
94.
Could never have seen it coming.
Asgard seems to be a big hit here, sadly, for all you Garys out there. The name Gary is, as of 2013, less popular in the UK than both the names Thor and Loki.
What?
Number 95.
Thor? Who names their kid
England was
Thor?
part of the shortest war in history. They
Or
bought
Loki.
Zanzibar in 1896, and Zanzibar surrendered after 38 minutes.
38 minutes. It
Number
only
96.
lasted like half an hour.
A relative of Shakespeare on his mother's side, Edward Arden, was arrested for plotting against Queen Elizabeth I. He was imprisoned in the
Oh.
Tower of London and executed there. Write a poem about that, Willie.
Oh my god, that's awful.
Speaking of old Bill Shakespeare, he only left his wife one thing in his will. It says, I gave unto my wife my second best bed with the furniture.
That's
That bed was okay.
Oh my God, what an
by the
awful
way.
man.
Not that one, the other. Yeah, there you go.
no, that's
idea.
awful
With
move on part of
37 plays,
Shakespeare.
154 sonnets, the plays that he collaborated on, and the lost plays,
Call out.
Shakespeare wrote an average of 1.5 plays a year since he first started in 1589.
That's a
Which is
lot,
all well and
actually.
good, but could he do 101 facts about any given topic?
No, probably not. No,
Number
probably he
99.
couldn't.
This fact is something that you can repeat word for word in order to sound cleverer. You're
What?
welcome. Here we go, ready? Shakespeare is most often referred to as a playwright of the Elizabethan era, but his most popular plays were written after Elizabeth's death.
Okay.
His later plays show distinct characteristics of the Jacobean dramas, like, duh, obviously. Number 100. Shakespeare has been credited by the Oxford English Dictionary for introducing around 3,000 words to the English language. It's been
Insane.
estimated that his vocabulary ranged from 17,000 to 23,000 words.
That's crazy. That's a very man that knows a lot. Or maybe he invented them, so I love creativity.
An Anglophile is not something that puts you on a register, but is rather defined as someone
Someone
who loves
that-
England,
England,
and
yeah.
Britain. Are you an Anglophile? Let me know in the comments below. Also, I know you've got to this point, and I'll be really, really impressed. Really impressed. I'll give your comment likes and everything. It's gonna be so good. Anyway, Sam from the future, internet and board, your turn, buddy.
That was 101 facts about the UK, and I don't know about you, but I had a lovely time. I really, really did.
Yes, me too.
If you want more 101 facts videos like I really want a cup of tea, which is quite stereotypical, but what can I say? I'm tired and
It's such a
thirsty.
cliche.
Click on subscribe right now. And also, by the way, click on the bell. You'll get notifications every time there's a new 101 video.
Okay, so yeah, this was incredibly interesting. I feel like I learned a lot of things that I didn't really know about the UK and Britain in general. The whole tea thing, it's funny because it looks like a cliche, but then like stuff like this is like it's a cliche for a reason. Like these people like drink insane amounts of tea. So like like stuff like that. It's funny. There are a lot of things that I didn't know that surprised me a little bit. Like the thing about the swans, that seems like a crazy thing that is still in place. How come no one has changed the law? Also, the thing about like a Scotsman, that you can kill a Scotsman. I think it was Yorkshire in an England, British town. You can kill a Scotsman if he enters the town with a bow and an arrow. So that doesn't, again, it seems like an oversight. Like, how come you guys haven't changed that? That's crazy. But at the same time, what's actually the most shocking thing to me was the thing about the constitution. Like, I thought all countries had constitutions. Like, how can you not have a constitution? Do you have like a parliament if you don't have like written laws? That seems like my mind cannot comprehend. How can a nation and a country we don't have a constitution? Like, that's not a thing here. Because again, like, how do you know if you're like breaking the constitution, breaking the law? It's unconstitutional, and you don't know that because you don't have it. Like, that's crazy. That seems insane. And the swan thing. That's like maybe they have those things because they haven't written a constitution, and maybe if they write a constitution, you can like change those things. Because the fact that all swans belong to the crown, that doesn't seem real. It looks like a made-up fact. It doesn't seem like a thing that's actually like in place, or something that actually happens like in life in general, because it's like crazy. But yeah, I like the fact about the lion. I didn't really understand the thing about the red lion and why all pubs are named the Red Lion. But then, oh, it's okay. It's a symbol of England, but just England, not the UK. Just England. And I first I got it confused with like the red dragon, but so now I am so confused. They have a red dragon for Wales, but also they have three red lions for England. So what's up with like the red animals in these countries? I'm confused. I don't know. But I mean, they did mention sort of like it's like a very old thing that comes from like old kings, kings that from like, I don't know, the year 1000. That I guess back in those days, of course, you had to like symbolize your strength. So it makes probably sense that it's like a lion or a dragon. Very cool, the dragon. The dragon thing is infinitely cool to me. It's like what sort of animal am I gonna have that represents like my country? It's a dragon. Like, that's so cool. And the king that they based this whole the flag, because it's based on like a king that his symbol was that. I guess like back in the day, maybe they thought dragons were real. I don't know, because then the lions one, well, at least lions are real, but that's crazy. And a lot of interesting things, like the subway thing. The tube, I didn't know that they had, like, it's very long. It makes me think that it's like the system, like the underground system, it's so big and very, like, the stairs are so long. It's like, so why is it so long? Is it because like very, very underground where you're like been below? But yeah, I felt like I learned a lot, and it was very interesting and also incredibly funny. So hopefully you also find it very funny and also very educational, and I'll see you soon. Bye.